And today is Fertility Q&A Wednesday, where you can ask any question you like about your fertility.
I'm just curious about breakfast as the main. Is that like really that big of an important meal of the day? Eating breakfast?
No. Breakfast, breaking fast. That's what it stands for, breaking your fast. If you want to have a smaller eating window, and there's a lot of science backing this, where you don't have to have breakfast. You can just have maybe lunch or an early dinner. And if you have a shorter eating window, it does a lot for the body, because outside of that eating window, your body can focus on clearing dead cells, clearing things that need to be released from the body, helping with detoxification. I pronounce it wrong. So it's called autophagy. Autophagy, I don't know, I can't pronounce it, where the body turns on itself and starts eating the dead cells. Like the same thing can happen as well when you're having a really cold shower or you immerse in cold water. The metabolism speeds up and the body's going to quickly get rid of the things that aren't working for it. So it's a great way to help facilitate detoxification. So you don't need to eat breakfast, no. For those of you that wake up in the morning and that are starving, it can actually just be your sugar levels rebalancing. So yes, your stomach's grumbling, you feel tired, you're feeling a little bit like, blood sugars are out, because they are. And what's happening is your body's responding to sugar. So unfortunately, we have too much sugar in our diet. I'm not talking about natural sugars. And if you eat all those, fruits and vegetables that you want to eat, bananas, high sugar, watermelon, high sugar, but, bananas have essential potassium. The watermelon, yes, high sugar, but it is the most alkaline food on the planet. So I'm not a fan of cutting out natural fruits, but processed sugar, yes, definitely. The further it is away from the farm, you want to be avoiding that kind of food. So going back to breakfast, if you could have a salad for breakfast, that's great. You want to be keeping your breakfast in fat burn mode, keeping off the sugar. So you would avoid tomatoes, you'd avoid anything that is a fruit, except for berries, except for olives, and except for lemons. If you have any other vegetable, but I'm talking like a green vegetable, like a mushroom or your greens, not including cauliflower though, nothing white, just a green vegetable, or you have your olives, berries, or lemons, then you're still in fat burn mode, and you want to stay in fat burn mode. You want to support the body to keep getting rid of fat, because fat holds toxins. So the more toxic exposure we have, the easier that, the one-stop place for the body to release the toxins is into these fat deposits in the body, which is why when we have xenoestrogens, fake estrogens from toxic paint smells, new car smells, new carpet smells, the formaldehyde, the sofa smells, all that kind of stuff, which is so toxic, or plastic bottles, or having food preserved in plastic, creates fat around our midriff. And this is difficult to move because it's holding toxins. Your body's saying, I want to hold this to be safe. So that's why doing proper detoxes that help to release the excess toxins and helping yourself by not having sugar in the morning is essential. Or just fasting in the morning is also fine. Again, it depends on you, depends on your workload, it depends on everything. I don't want you to do anything that is a challenge for you. It's draining, it's stressful. If you have fatigue, maybe, even though they say it's good to be fasting, maybe it's just not an option for you. If you're suffering a fatigue and you have to have a full-time job, I wouldn't recommend you fast. You need to be nurturing yourself and take baby steps. So if that means having a mushroom and greens based cooked breakfast, that's fine. Or if that's a berry smoothie, with your berries, your avocados. Avocados are another thing that keeps you in fat burn mode, not activating sugar. You've got your berries, avocado, your water, your seeds, your nuts, your greens. Cucumber's great, very hydrating. Celery's great. You've got your different greens as well. You always want to rotate your greens, ladies. Don't keep using the same greens the whole time, and don't use carrot tops because they've got seeds which are like a contraceptive. So it's actually a contraceptive. Carrot seeds are a contraceptive. So avoid that, and make up the kinds of breakfast that you like, if at all, but you do not have to do anything that goes against what feels right for you intuitively. You know, the more we work together, the more I help you to listen to your intuition. You know your body better than anybody. Okay, you need to start listening to the signs. And when you're getting an inclination, oh, I want to try this kind of detox, or I want to try fasting for a while, or I want to just, whatever it may be, listen to the body. Your body's always communicating with you. It's always working with you. It's never working against you. It's our brain, and it's our, often we eat as governed by our emotions. That's triggering us to make the decisions which aren't ideal. So sticking to this topic, did you want to add anything?
Just curious just about like a time frame too, because sometimes just with the routine of what I'm doing, I don't really have time. I actually feel better not having breakfast a lot of the time.
And that's
I
fine.
just wanted to make sure that's okay. Am I getting, I'm eating very healthy, all the juicing, all the smoothies, all that kind of good stuff. So I feel like I'm good, energy's good. But you hear once in a while, breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and is like really that true. And I feel better actually most times not doing breakfast and doing a nice lunch and a nice dinner.
Then that suits you. And
Okay.
I would go with that. That's putting you in thrive mode. For other people that have a different lifestyle to you, maybe they're up really early and they finish their day earlier than you, then yes, having a really big breakfast first thing in the morning is ideal for them. And then eating a much smaller meal, finishing your food at 3 o'clock, especially your carbs. If you're trying to lose weight, don't have carbs after 3. That's a big thing to help with your, balancing of everything. Fat metabolism, sugar metabolism, blood sugar levels, etc. But you've got to do what works for your body. And sometimes it changes. Sometimes we want to go through those changes, and that's perfectly fine.
Is there an ideal time though if you chose to have breakfast? Because I know different things are going on in the body, different times of the day, detoxing, this and that. Like, is it better to eat within a certain time frame if you were to have breakfast?
Well, it's more about you detoxing first thing in the morning, whenever that first thing in the morning is. If you wake up at 9, if you wake up at 4,
Right.
it depends. Just wake up, support the liver, have your lemon, detox the body. Wait at least 20 minutes after your detox. Some women have, clients of mine, they'll continue to detox in different ways. They'll then have, after their lemon drink, they'll try different detox drinks like the Avitsi, which detoxes and regenerates. And then they might not actually have a proper meal until 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is kind of their brunch. It's completely up to you. But what we want to be doing to support the body is allow for detoxification to take place, open up the detox pathways, then we allow the regeneration. So for you, that might be fasting. So maybe I'm just going to fast in the morning, and then when I'm starving, I'm going to eat whatever I want. And if that's not including my lemon water, that's fine too. Just be fluid with yourself, see what your circumstances are. Try not to be rigid with anything, but keep listening to what works best for you. And it doesn't matter that other people say have a massive breakfast. If you don't feel good on that, that's not for you.
Exactly. Okay, great.
It really isn't. And sometimes, like when I go through phases, I think, oh, I'm going to have my berries for breakfast. I don't feel good with berries for breakfast. It doesn't work for my constitution. Yes, it's a fine breakfast to have. It's full of antioxidants and resveratrol and all those things that we want. It doesn't work for me. So that's why it's good to know this is the huge smorgasbord of what's good. How do I feel today? What's going to help me thrive today?
Thank you, Fiona.
My pleasure. My pleasure.